Hey everyone, Cal again, and now it's time for bookshelf number 2. So, here we go. So at the top here, I have, first I have my wing feather figurines all displayed in a row because they're beautiful. And then I have some VeggieTale figurines that I recently got. And then I have a little otter here and a cup that has horses on it. And then I have some little Harry Potter figurines. So, I'll get those out of the way in just a minute. But the top here, I have The Yearling, my favorite book of all time. Please go read it. It is just beautiful and sad and perfect. I love it. Then I have The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, the animated story, which I'm pretty sure is just, I think it's just the original book just with the movie short illustrations, or maybe it's like the text of the short with the illustrations. I'm not entirely sure, but my sister found it for me, and so yeah, I haven't actually seen the short yet because I don't have Apple Plus, but it's gorgeous. Then I'm not gonna take them all out, but here I have my Prince Warriors collection. I love this series, all 4 books and the devotional right down here. I love this series. So good. Literally, Narnia was my introduction to fantasy, and this further fueled my love of fantasy. And then over here, let me move the wing feathers out of the way. Again, like I said in the previous video, I apologize for the dust. My grandpa's fault. I always blame him. And then up here, I have The Wolf's Boy. Stars recommended this to me, and it is so good. Then I have A Wolf Called Wander. Such a beautiful book. The illustrations are even better, based on a true story. Then I have my 5 Brant Hansen books. He is awesome. My favorite radio DJ, like the only podcast I listen to. Go look him up. He's awesome. Unoffendable, Blessed Are the Misfits, The Truth About Us, The Men We Need, and Life is Hard, God is Good, Let's Dance. So, get those out of the way. Love him. Then I have, if I can get it out without knocking anything over, War of the Invisibles. It's a book in a series from our church. Ooh, how did that happen? Don't know how that happened. I gotta fix that. Okay. There's that. I have both of the Jesus Freak books about martyrs throughout the years. Good books. Sad, of course, because they're about martyrs, but very eye-opening about what happens a lot throughout history. Then I have, up here I have The Pilgrim's Progress with a 40-day devotional. So good. Over here I have the first 2 books in the Door Within trilogy. I wasn't a big fan of these books, honestly. I still haven't read the 3rd one yet. I'll get to it at some point, but it was not my favorite. Then I have John Cooper's book, Awaken Life to Truth. So good. He's one of the few rockers out there who will tell you the truth and not be ashamed about it. Then I have a whole bunch of Morgan Harper Nichols' book. I have her first one, Storyteller. I have her 40 Days on Being a Enneagram 5 book. I have then her other 2 poetry and illustration books. I have All Along You Were Blooming and How Far You Have Come. So good. Behind the VeggieTales, if I can get them out. Here we go. I have the 3 When Calls the Heart devotionals. When God Calls the Heart, When God Calls the Heart at Christmas, and When God Calls the Heart to Love. So good. As you know, I am a big When Calls the Heart fan, so of course I have these. Then the last book I have on the top shelf is Fox, a really good book with an even better cover. Let's see. I did not think this through. Then on this second shelf, I have, it's almost entirely just Jeanette Oak. So, except for a couple things. Like I have a little puzzle Harry Potter collection that I haven't done yet. And then right here in the middle, I have Gilead and Home, 2 beautiful books. Just so good. So right here, I have a whole bunch of Jenna Oak books, Dana's Valley, a book about Jeanette Oak, and then one of her series that she wrote with T. Davis Bunn. I have a couple more books by him. Then behind that is all of the there's Return to Harmony, also with T. Davis Bunn, and then all of this are the Wind Calls the Heart series. Well, it's just the Canadian West series, but it all starts with Wind Calls the Heart. That's all of them there. These 3 written with her daughter. Down here, I have, of course, I love donkeys, manatees, and horses, so, I have all of that there. Then, and also Doug and Squirrel from Doug Days on Disney+. My sister got that for me. Then here I have these 4 books here at the top are from her Women of the West series that I have not read. The rest I have read, and they're all right here. I'll show those fully in a second. So, Too Long a Stranger, Roses for Mama, The Bluebird and the Sparrow, Drums for Change. I have not read these yet. These right here are the When Hope Calls trilogy. So good. Love these ones. Probably my favorite books from her that I've read so far. Then I have the Seasons of the Heart series, all in one book. I haven't read that yet. Over here is the Love Comes Softly series and its sequel series. All of that here. This is my mom's favorite. Also, the movies were based on these. I have not read these yet. Just haven't got there. Then, moving on, there is the... I'm not even sure what the series is called, but it's a historical fiction set in Bible times. I'm not sure. It starts with the Centurion's Wife. I'm not sure what the series is called. Oh well. I have all 3 of them right here. And then these are all the rest of the Women of the West series that I've all read. The Column of Emily Evans, Julia's Last Hope. This one irritated me so much. The ending of the book was what should happen at the front of the book, so it's just a waste of space. I did not like this book. It just irritated me so much. Then A Woman Named Damaris, they called her Mrs. Dock, The Measure of a Heart, A Bride for Donegan, Heart of the Wilderness, and A Gown of Spanish Lace. This one also irritated me. It took you on like an emotional roller coaster, and not a good emotional roller coaster. If you've read the book, you would know what I mean, but just, it irritated me. Yes, it ended the way it was supposed to, but she didn't have to throw in that big plot twist that she did. I'm just saying, she didn't have to do it, she did it, and she didn't have to. What else is there? Let me move some more things back. We just move these over to the side, like so. Move Slarb, Igaby's, back some more. Okay, down here I have the first Mysterious Benedict Society book. I haven't read it yet, but I know Artham loves this series, so I have that. I need to read it. I did lie in the previous video because I forgot I got this, but I do have another VeggieTales book, The Good, the Bad, and the Silly. I honestly forgot that I had this, so. Not all my VeggieTales are on the other shelf. One is over here. Let's start. I'll start on this side then. Over here, there is the first How to Train Your Dragon book, because I promised Arthur and Stars I would try this again. I read some of them as a kid. I didn't finish it, but I will try it again now. Then I have Aragon. Stars will agree with me, and I'm sorry, Ellie and my brother, but this is just a Lord of the Rings ripoff. It even rips off Star Wars at a couple points. It was okay, but it really is just a ripoff. I get that he was like 14 or whatever when he wrote it, but like, come on. It just rips off so many things. But I promised my brother that I'd read the series, so I also have the second book, Eldest, and then over here I have Messenger and Inheritance. I will read them at some point, but I haven't got there yet. So over here is the story. It is the Bible, but in a story form. I haven't read it yet, but I love the soundtrack that goes with it, so I had to have it. Then I have a little tiny Metro School Bus book. Again, no judgment. I have the first 2 Hunger Games books that I've already read. There's this book that my mom found it for me at a thrift store. It's like the 3rd in the series, but it looked interesting. I have no idea if it's good or not, so I haven't found the first 2 yet, so we'll see at some point. But it looked interesting. Then here I have 2 books in a series by, what's her name? Margaret Peterson Haddix. I don't have the first 2 or 4 or after everything after 5, but it had to do with time travel and stuff, so I had to get them, even if I don't have the rest. Then I have one Brian Davis book. That's the prequel series to what's the series called? What's my brain not working? What is Brian Davis's Dragons in Our Mist? That's what it's called. Thank you, book cover, for telling me. Yeah, I haven't read a single one of that series, but I found this at a thrift store, so I had to get it. And at some point, I will find Dragons in Our Mist and read it. But I do have the prequel. Then I have a whole bunch of books by Chuck Black. I have the entire, whatever this one series is called, this Kingdom series, I guess. I'm not sure if that's what it's called or not. And then I have some more of one of his other series. I haven't read any of these, but I know Artham loves them, so again, I had to get them. And then, also because of Artham, I found the 7th book in the Spirit Flyer series. I forgot what it's called. I have never read the series, but she loves the series, and I found the 7th one, so at some point I will find the others. And then over here I have the 3rd Door Within book. At some point I will read it, but like I said earlier, I just was not into the first 2, but I will get to those at some point. It's also really distracting because the words are green. Like, it hurts my eyes. The words are green. Why are they green? It kills my eyes. It should be black. Why is it green? I don't understand. Okay, sorry about that. It really confused me why it's green. Over here I have David Copperfield. I've been interested in Charles Dickens for a little bit, so I have a few books by him that I haven't read yet, but this is a huge book. I think it does have like a huge introduction in the front, but still, I didn't realize that it was this big before I got it. And then over here I have an Ella G. White Bible study collection that my grandparents got me from our church. Move that out of the way. Oh dear. I really did not think this through. I apologize. This is more crazy than the other bookshelf one. Okay. Back here, I have Edges of Our Ways, a devotional by Amy Carmichael, my favorite missionary. I love this book. Back here, I have 2 more books from our church. Little mysteries. Then I have some Who Was series. I have one for J.R.R. Tolkien, Harriet Tubman, Jesus, and the Ten Commandments. Then I have some of the Accidental Detectives books by Sigmund Bauer. I love these books. I've read the first 4 here. I have one more of the books, but it's not number 5, so I haven't read it yet. But here are the first 4. Whee! This is so chaotic. Then I have another book of Brian Davis, Starlighter. It's the first in a series. I did read this one. It wasn't the best. There's a lot of just the way it was written, and the main character was a bit too perfect, a bit too invincible. I mean, he literally gets struck by lightning and has no side effects, like at all. A bit weird. And then the female characters weren't that greatly written either. They were kind of annoying. So I did like the crazy old guy, but I mean, you can't really go bad with a crazy old guy. So I haven't found the other books in the series, so. Then I have a... Oh, well, this is stuck together. Whoops. Then I have a book by Amy Carmichael. Again, love her. Then I have a whole bunch of books from Dave and Janet Jackson, the Trailblazer series. I love the books, but this one here is my ultimate favorite. The Hidden Jewel is so good. Again, about Amy Carmichael. But this is just, it's so good. It's just... I highly recommend this book. If you find it, just read it. It's so good. And then I also have Totally Awesome Super Cool Bible Stories. I read this like a couple times now as a kid. It has interesting pictures and it's funny. And then move those out of the way. Back here, I have The Case for Christ by Lee Strobel. Good book. I have The Case for Miracles by Lee Strobel. Also great book. I liked it a little bit more than The Case for Christ. I have Walking Free, a devotional by Micah Tyler. Good book. I have My Utmost Forced Highest in Updated English by Oswald Chambers. Good book as well. Me, Myself, and Bob by Phil Vischer. A good book, but if you want to keep your childhood intact, don't read it because it does go through all the mistakes he made during Big Ideas time and why they went bankrupt, and it kind of ruins your childhood a little bit to find out what went behind the scenes and why the company went downhill. A little sad, but interesting enough. Then this is a devotional for the American Bible Challenge. That was a good series with Jeff Foxworthy when it was a few years, actually it's probably been like 10 years since it came out. This is a devotional to go with that. Then there's City on Our Knees by Toby Mac. It's kind of like the Jesus Freak books, except this isn't about martyrs. This is about people who have done things to help other people, inspire others. It's a good book. Then I have a whole bunch of different memoirs. So I have I Can Only Imagine by Bart Millard. I have I Still Believe by Jeremy Camp. There's Unashamed by Lecrae. I have Finding Quiet by Jim and Grace. Not actually, this one's not a memoir. This is just about finding peace in an anxious world, and it's signed, also signed in here. Paid a little extra for that. Well, my mom paid extra. Yeah, I didn't have money then. Then I have My Redeemer Lives by Nicole C. Mullen. Love her. Then I have over here is I Am Redeemed by Mike Weaver from Big Daddy Weave. And then one more section to go. Once I put all this back, I think I just put those in the wrong section, but oh well. I'll fix that later. Black Beauty, such a good book, so good. Treat your animals right. This out of the way. This out of the way. These out of the way. Wow, these books are so huge. Okay. Last of this bookshelf is what's up here? The Chosen. Oh, that's a lot of dust. This is all four Gospels in a chronological order. It's split up into 40 days to read. It's really, really good. Back here is It's Worth It by Maisie McLean. Amazing devotional. If you have not watched the movie I'm Not Ashamed, do it, and then read this book. It is really good. What else? There are 3 Hardy Boys books. I'm not a huge fan of the Hardy Boys, but these 3 books were amazing. They're so good. Killer Mission, Private Killer, and Killer Connections. Very fascinating. Love these. I've read this like at least 3 times. And then back here is Kendrick Brothers, these are the novelizations of the Kendrick Brothers movies: Flyable, Facing Giants, Fireproof, Courageous, War Room, and Overcomer. I don't have the last couple movies that they made. Don't have the novelizations for those yet because I haven't even seen them. But I have all of the other ones. And then Defined by the Kendrick Brothers. It's a devotion. Not actually not devotional. It's just a book about knowing who you are in Christ. Really good read. And, well, that's it for that bookshelf. And I have some more. Wolves. I have a globe. Horses. My baby girl's footprints right here before she died. I loved her. That's sad. Okay. I have a rosary that my Aunt Kimby got me. I have a what is that? Crocheted? Yeah, crocheted manatee that my sister got me. I think one of her friends made. Have my wallet, stand for my phone. Yeah, knife there. Yeah, that's it. Okay. This is so chaotic. Yeah, I'm sorry for all of that. So chaotic. I will get to this bookshelf soon because there's so much more to go through. But if you watch this, I apologize and thank you for even watching it because, yeah. Okay. See you later.